Hello friends, welcome to Time for Linux News. The biggest story for today's episode, it's the announcement of the first Ubuntu tablet. Canonical has officially unveiled the world's first Ubuntu tablet, the Aquaris M10 Ubuntu edition. This is made by the Spanish company BQ, which previously produced the first Ubuntu phones. Let's see the specs of this new device. It will have a 10.1 inch IPS touch display with a resolution of 920 by 1200 pixels and a density of 240 pixels per inch. A 64-bit MediaTek quad-core 1.5 GHz processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal memory, and the micro SD slot capable of reading storage up to 64 gigs, a 8 megapixel rear camera with autofocus and dual LED flash capable of recording full 1080p, a front-facing 3 megapixel camera, and also front-facing Dolby Atmos speakers, which is very nice. And the tablet, it's just 8.2mm thick and weighs 470 grams, which means it's lighter than the Apple iPad Air. And also the tablet has a 7280 milliamp hour, which gives up to 10 hours of usage. This is the first so-called convergence device from Canonical, which means it can be also used in desktop mode. This new device will ship in the second quarter of this year, and the price tag will be around 250 euros. More pictures of this first Ubuntu tablet. Like I said, the tablet can also be used in desktop mode. If you connect a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, the tablet turns into a desktop. And if you need a bigger monitor, you can connect one via HDMI. So let me know your thoughts about this first Ubuntu tablet in the comment section. Another story for Ubuntu devices, the images of Meizu Pro 5 with Ubuntu Touch leaked online. Meizu, it's a Chinese company that also produces devices that run the Ubuntu operating system, and the Meizu Pro 5 has a 5.7 inch AMOLED screen, 2 quad-core processors that can run in tandem, a 1.5 GHz Cortex A53 and a 2.1 GHz Cortex A57, 3 or 4 gigs of RAM, 32 or 64 gigs of storage, a 21 megapixel camera, fingerprint reader, and fast charge battery. So these are the leaked pictures of the new Meizu Pro 5 Ubuntu Touch device. Next, the second release candidate of Linux kernel 4.5 has been released and has a surprising amount of changes. Ubuntu 16.04 is now officially powered by the LTS kernel 4.4. I'm guessing this will be the kernel found also in the final version of Ubuntu 16.04 LTS. The Alpha 2 of Ubuntu 16.04 flavors are ready for testing. Steam for Linux, it's still below 1% of the total users, with 40% users on Ubuntu. To be more specifically, 21.7% run Ubuntu 14.04.3 LTS 64-bit, and 19.18% on Ubuntu 15.10 64-bit. On the processor side, Intel runs 81.16 of devices and AMD 18.84. On the graphics side, the most used are the Nvidia ones. And finally, Steam for Linux has passed the 1900 mark for Linux and Steam OS games. So more and more games are coming to Linux and Steam OS. So that was the news for today's episode. I will put in the video description the links for today's articles. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time.